Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Meteor Raptor, and welcome to... Hey, where is everybody? Hey, Finn!
What?
Yeah, you know where everybody is?
Magneto's not here yet, and last I saw Rocket, he was, upstairs playing the PlayStation 3.
Alright, so if... Magneto's not here, and Rocket's upstairs... Wait, where's Wade?
He said something about robbing a store, then he got arrested.
Oh, not again. I ain't paying for his bail this time.
You and me both, brother.
No, dude, YouTube doesn't pay me enough.
I didn't know that YouTube paid you.
They don't. Oh, hey Magneto, what's going on, bro?
Hey Rob, am I late?
Yeah, you know, the review's just starting, so you're not really late. Besides, Rocket and Wade are still missing.
Hey man, you know I've been here the entire time, right?
Oh, hey Rocket.
So like, where's Wade and everything?
Oh, where's Wade? Yeah, he got arrested for robbing a store.
Dang, bro, you gonna let this get in the way of Marvel May?
What? No, of course not. Marvel May! Cue the theme song. Hey Dino Dudes, what's up? It's me, the Meteor Raptor, and welcome to Marvel May. Yes guys, once again I'm dedicating a whole month to Marvel movies. And I have some new friends joining me. Of course we all know Finn. I've also got he's brought along some friends. We got Rocket Raccoon from GOTG, and we have Magneto. You know, they just felt like stopping by to hang out with Finn, and they found out, hey, I have a film series, so they figured why not. No, that's not true. And there is one other guy, but he's... Oh no, he's here.
A Kung Fu Fiesta! Arriba! Dang, Skippy! Where are my manners? Introductions! Call me Deadpool. It rhymes with no school. Too cool, ain't no fool, and I'm the best that there is at what I do. Cool. Moving on!
Yeah, hey Wade, what's up?
I'm on a mission to find the secret HQ of Taskmaster, the big boss for these cheese clowns. And nothing better get my way.
Whatever. Guys, I'm gonna kick off Marvel May the best possible way.
Y'all reviewing Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, I already reviewed Guardians of the Galaxy. I reviewed it, like, at the beginning of this year.
So, like, what are you gonna do then?
I'm gonna kick it off with perhaps one of the year's most anticipated movies, Avengers: Age of Ultron. Yes, guys. Did you think I was honestly gonna be dumb enough to skip this movie? And if any of you say anything, I'm gonna smash you all with a hammer. Good. Alright, so... for those of you who don't know, and that should be like maybe 2 of you, Age of Ultron is actually a sequel to The Avengers, which was the final installment of Marvel May last year. But this is such a new film, I figured, you know what, I want to kick off Marvel May with the sequel to the film that I did last year, even though this one came 3 years after the original, blah blah blah. I don't totally... yeah. My main point is, it's a sequel to The Avengers, it came 3 years later, I'm reviewing it right now, so shut up and watch the review. So, who's all in it? Well, we got Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Hulk, so we got the main 7 still. But we also have 2 new installments. We have Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. And I'll cover those guys in a minute, but I just want to talk about the story. The story, well, the original one actually was very lighthearted, actually, and pretty funny. This one actually takes a much darker turn. It's much darker, much more violent, much more dramatic. It still has lots of great jokes, you guys. Like, characters like Iron Man, Captain America, all of them are still cracking off great jokes, but it is not Marvel's funniest movie. That one would have to probably go to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Should be pretty obvious why.
Yes, we know, Rocket, you were great in that movie. Anyhow, so the whole plot kind of revolves around... Oh, by the way, massive spoiler alert. I'm just going to spoil you guys right now, and I don't care what you guys think. I'm going to do this anyways. Why? Because I'm the media raptor. So, the plot mainly revolves around the team trying to clean up after the events of Winter Soldier, when S.H.I.E.L.D. was taken down and Hydra was kind of somewhat taken down. They're kind of taking out the last of Hydra. And after they sort of succeeded that, Tony Stark decides he wants to try and make an artificial intelligence into his Iron Man suits so he can sort of have like a world defense system called Ultron. Now, that is not a bad idea. The bad idea is what happens when Ultron comes alive or awake, or whatever you want to say, and he realizes, he believes that the only way for the human race to survive is for them to evolve to a point when there aren't humans, just machines. And sort of the rest of it is they kind of have to work together to stop him, and they go through like all the trials of, oh, we can't totally trust each other and all that. Like, they still fight, they still argue. But overall, it's a very solid story, and it keeps going pretty well. All the characters, they have a very firmly established backstory, and they add to it, or they are new characters, and they come up with a great story for characters I haven't really read about in the comics, those being Ultron, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver. I would like to say, though, before I dive into one quick subject, I was hoping they wouldn't do the team still can't trust each other thing, because that was a big part of the first one. And granted, the team trusts each other way more and all that, like, it's very clear, but they still have some of, like, the moments, and I understand the team can't be like, yeah, we're best friends forever, we trust each other no matter what happens. You have to have arguments and stuff, and you have to have tension among the team, but it kind of seemed to rehash the first one, but maybe it was just me.
It's always you.
Will you please just shut up, Deadpool? Anyhow, but with everything great, there was obviously something bad. No, actually, there were some pretty bad things with Guardians of the Galaxy, actually, after I watched it a few more times. One really big question I have, like, this movie left me with a few questions. One, well, how does Thanos fit in all this? Because he had a great cameo at the end, and I understand, yes, it's a tie-in to Infinity Wars, but it kind of seemed like they were just trying to get ready for the next movie, which won't come out for another 2 years or 3 years, depending on if you're going for part 1 or 2. But then again, you know what, I'm not going to talk about that. What I really want to know is, how does Quicksilver fit into everything? Because I've already seen him in a movie. I saw him in X-Men Days of Future Past. Now, a lot of you are going to go, dude, Raptor, but they did that movie to change the timeline. The X-Men timeline. They never once mentioned the Avengers. And when they meet Quicksilver, he's Russian. When we met Quicksilver in Days of Future Past, well, he was way younger. Which also begs the question, if that was 50 years ago, how come Quicksilver hasn't aged 50 years from Future Past to Age of Ultron? And second, why is he Russian in this one? Same with Scarlet Witch. I don't think they were Russian to begin with, and I didn't know they were twins. I think that part is true. I'm pretty sure that part's true. I just didn't totally know. I do know that they're Magneto's kids. So, hey, yeah, dude, can you give me some insight on that?
Let's just say parenting is not a strong suit.
Alright, then be that way. So that was like the big question I was left with, is how does Quicksilver really tie into everything? And massive spoiler, he dies. So he's not going to be in any others unless they bring him back to life in an X-Men movie, or like there's a second Quicksilver. And if this is like the second or third version of Quicksilver, I could totally buy that. It's just, I don't think it is, and I'm not sure if Quicksilver from Future Past is Quicksilver from Age of Ultron. I'm not totally sure how that works together. So, yeah. And, what was it? There was a romance, actually, between, Thor and Black Widow. No, Hulk and Black Widow. Or at least Bruce Banner and Black Widow. I kinda understood that they wanted to do something with it, but it really kinda ended with it just going, you know what, nope, we had this great idea, but we're not gonna go anywhere with it. That to me felt kinda lazy. But then again, it might just be me. Anyhow, I do want to talk about Ultron for a minute, because I don't really know him that well from the comics, and now I want to read some Ultron comics, because he was great. He was probably one of the best, he's probably the best villain I have ever seen in a Marvel movie before. And that's saying a lot, because I've seen the first Avengers, and I loved Loki. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, where they had Ronan the Accuser. Like, I thought those guys were great, but Ultron, he is really threatening, he is really evil, he's very dark, but at the same time, he's hilarious. Like, from what you see in the trailers, you would not think Ultron is a wisecracking kind of joke maker, but he totally is. And it's really surprised me, the fact that they were able to balance this guy out with he wants to destroy the world and kill everyone, with he's a joke, he makes jokes, and he actually has some of the best lines in the whole movie. So, you know what, there was that, and well, I liked that. Oh, and I also liked all the cameos from characters like War Machine and Eagle, I think? Like the flying guy from Winter Soldier. I haven't seen Winter Soldier in a while. And yeah, Vision showed up, actually. I forgot to mention him. Vision is pretty awesome. And I am excited to see where he goes, because Vision, just from what I've seen, he is awesome. But yeah, so my main complaints with the stories is it feels kind of rehashed from the first one. And they do kind of leave a couple things like, oh, what do you know, we're gonna have a sequel, but why can't you just answer that? So you can have more time to do cool stuff in the sequels than answering questions from movies from 3 years ago. Whatever. Acting. Everybody did a fantastic job. Aside from Scarlet Witch, the actress who played her, Kathleen Olsen, one of the Olsen twins, I think it was Elizabeth Olsen, for the first couple times when she spoke, her Russian accent was so horrible. I don't know why, but it was so clearly forced. Well, I do know why. It was forced. It was pathetic. But partway through, somebody must have taught her, here's how you actually do a realistic Russian accent. Boom, it sounded great, and she became a great actress like everyone else. I love Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. I love Chris Evans as Iron Man, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. Like, all these guys are fantastic actors. And the guy who played Ultron, I want to see him in more movies, okay? He brought so much life and personality to a robot. Which is, it sounds weird, I know, but everybody did a great job, and Samuel L. Jackson, he did a great job, but he's Sam L. Jackson, what do you expect? Yeah, the effects? I've seen a lot of movies in my time, you guys. This is some of the best effects I've seen. The color scheme has changed, though, so it gives it a more, like, robust look, which is better, because, again, with the first one, everything was kind of bright and colorful. This one's kind of dark and gritty. But they do keep it well enough that it's not like The Dark Knight. And yeah, but like the effects for like when Iron Man and War Machine are flying, or the Hulk Buster armor, that fight scene was awesome, by the way. The opening fight sequence, or the Hulk, we actually get to see the Hulk change from the Hulk to Bruce Banner and vice versa a couple times, and it looks great. There is really not, there is like, I think one point when Ultron looks a little bit cheap, but it is literally a blink and you miss it moment, and I noticed it literally 2 seconds, like a half a second before it disappeared. So, and you have to be looking for it, you guys. It's not noticeable and it's not obvious, but the effects are amazing. Vision looks fantastic. The Hulk is even more detailed than before. The scenes with Ultron, before he gets his full body and he's like going into the damaged Iron Legion suits, like, and he's sort of like moving around. I don't know how they got it, but it looks so fantastic. The explosions, the fighting, the gunshots, they used actual muzzle flares, I believe, which I like, because digital gun flares, they don't work, okay? They honestly don't. Anyhow, I'm not gonna harp about the bad stuff, considering how great this movie was. Oh, shut up, Finn. Anyhow, I was just kind of thinking about it, really, and the lowest part in this whole movie was the soundtrack, and that's because I wasn't paying attention to it. That's really all I'm gonna say. It's your normal, like, superhero soundtrack. Cinematography, they got some shaky cam, okay? I'm gonna address it. They have shaky cam, and it is kind of annoying. Anyhow, if you can easily look past that, though, to, like, find the awesomeness that is this movie. But there's that. The lighting is great. Even in a couple of places when it's supposed to be, like, underground and, like, very dimly lit places, it's still lit well enough that you can tell what's going on. And what have I missed anything? Writing characters? I'm not going to talk about, like, loyalty to the source, because I don't really know a lot about Ultron. So I'm just going to say they did a great job for getting me introduced to Ultron. And when it comes down to it, do you guys think I can recommend Age of Ultron? Most definitely. You guys, I kind of have two rating systems now. See, on the Raptor scale, see, if we're going to go by the Raptor rating scale, I don't look for quality in movies. I look for entertainment value. This thing scores a solid 4 claws out of 4. It's fantastic. It's better than the original. It is so much fun, and I absolutely adored every single second of it. Now, if we're going by normal critic standards, yes, the plot is rehashed. Yes, it is sort of a mindless popcorn flick, and by good movie standards, we could give it 2 to 3. 2.5 to 2.5 rating. 2.5 stars. But you know what, you guys? If we're gonna go by my rating scale, this is one of the best superhero movies I've seen in a long time. You guys, this thing is better than Watchmen. This thing is better than the first Avengers. This thing is better than Man of Steel, which I loved. I don't care what you guys think. Superman breaking Zod's neck was totally called for. And it's better than The Dark Knight. I think it's fantastic. You guys, go check out Age of Ultron. It is fantastic. It is so well done. It is totally worth watching, and I'm probably going to see it again in theaters. And I loved every second of it, and I cannot wait for the Blu-ray to come out. And Joss Whedon, if you're watching this, get to work on Infinity War. I want those 2 Avengers movies to come out as soon as possible, because I am so excited for the Infinity Gauntlets to actually show up and do stuff now. They've been using the stones. They have, I believe, 3 or 4 now, and it's only gonna get better from here. But hey, until next time, you guys, this is the Meteor Raptor saying keep cool, and I'll see you guys around. Later!